Imagine waiting 5 whole years for this game, and it honestly took them like a month to make me completely lose my mind. 5 years of development, 5 years of them hyping up this next generation engine that's supposed to be the absolute peak of racing games, and this is what we get? Let's start with the traffic, for example, because this is what annoys me the most in the game. The traffic in Forza Horizon 6 is so magical, and I don't mean that in a good way. The civilian cars are just out for blood. They are hyper aggressive and would just swerve and ram you off the road for absolutely no reason. And they don't even follow physics. You'll be taking a corner and an NPC car would just instantly teleport from one spot to another. It makes zero sense. And speaking of things that make no sense at all, we have the auction house timer, for example, that made me completely lose it. It says it's ending, but it never actually ends. You just sit there staring at the screen until you finally get fed up and pay the buyout price anyway. Plus, you can't flip cars like we used to. The days of hustling 20 million credit cards to build your bank account are totally gone. And since the actual races give you almost nothing, like barely enough credits to buy a character a pair of new socks, saving up for your favorite supercar is gonna take forever. I know some of you players are happy with this, but for a game with more than 500 cars that cost millions and races that pay just a couple of thousands, the auction house was our only way, and they took it away. Don't want to spend time grinding out glitches? You guys can get up to 1 billion credits and super wheel spins with Mitch, as well as every single car in the game, all delivered to you extremely quickly. They have over 20,000 verified Trustpilot reviews and thousands of personalized vouchers, so be sure to check out my pinned comment to learn more, and don't forget to use the code M9 for discount. Another thing that makes the feeling of playing this game a total garbage is the delivery driver mode. No, but seriously? You call this a fun new mode? I mean, don't get me wrong, I always support new mods and features, but imagine your game takes place in Japan and you want to add a new feature, and all you can come up with is a food delivery mode. I can already think of tons of other things that could have been cooler in the game, like midnight highway battles, but no thanks. And I wish that this was all. The financials suck too. The math is not mathing. You can take on a massive difficult route across the map and the game pays you the exact same amount as someone driving a sandwich down the block. The payout is almost good enough to buy yourself a pair of new socks. Also, for a game that took 5 years to make, the steering wheel support is a joke. So many wheels just aren't supported properly, and the force feedback is driving me insanely frustrated. More than half the wheels that were supported in Forza Horizon 5 are no longer supported in this game, and those that work have force feedback issues. It's basically 0 to 1. It's either on or off. There's no smooth transition to actually feel what the car is doing, which makes playing on the steering wheel feel terrible. And I'll tell you what's worse than that. Nights. Nights that last forever. I swear, they're way longer than days. I know that Japan looks incredible at night. I get it, but we can't see a freaking thing. Just make the night cycles a little shorter, just like what you used to have in Forza Horizon 4. Every time I try recording a new gameplay or any footage, before I set everything up, it's already night, and I have to wait forever to do what I want to do. And when it's day, I have to do everything at max speed because it gets dark before I drive half a mile. And I know some of you guys like vibing at nights, especially when you're cruising with your multi-million hypercar that you work so hard to get with your fully supported steering wheel and the ultra-smart traffic AI. But trust me, this game's ain't for vibing. It wasn't made for that. It knows nothing about us car enthusiasts, and it couldn't care less. I have a question that I wanted to be answered, so please, if you do know the answer to it, write me down below in the comments. Why is everyone so happy all the time? It plays like a children's storybook where absolutely nothing goes wrong. We are the generation that grew up on Need for Speed, Midnight Club, and Fast and Furious. We know that the car community has drama. Bad things always happen in this scene. Even at Disney World, we have a lot of shit going on. But in Forza, everything is just perfect. 24/7. Everyone smiles, everyone's happy. Like, what the is going on here? Is this some sort of utopia or something? Someone, please explain this to me. When did we get so soft and sissy? But honestly, all of this is nothing compared to what we have next on the list. The save file corruption. Imagine dealing with the bad payouts, the teleporting AI, the endless nights, and you finally grind enough to buy your dream cars, only to boot up the next day and find out that everything is just gone. Your save file is corrupted and completely wiped. People are losing hundreds of hours of progress because of this. They're currently ignoring this issue and refuse to admit that the problem's not on the player's side. Those who tried contacting support to resolve this issue got nothing in return, and this has become a nightmare for most of the players. And honestly, ever since I found out about this, I panic every time I try launching the game. I really hope that this never happens to anyone again. Anyway, that's the end of this video, but it definitely doesn't mean that it's the end of the list. This is only part 1 because we have way more things that are going on in this game that are driving us insane. If you're suffering the same as me, share your experience with us down below in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Mason, and I'll see you in the next one.